I hope so too.
I just got a call from my friend Noreen, who I think you went to her place.
Noreen?
Yeah, she'll be here.
Oh, yes, yes.
20. Yeah, so John really helped us with identifying what designated as an outstanding Florida water body back in the 80s. Throughout his years living here and working here, and so we want to give this recognition specifically to make sure we give him I'll say a few more words. So yeah, John Baker, besides being one of our expert witnesses in our case against the hearing, it would not, be protected as well. It's a whole other layer of state protections for the water in Spruce Creek. Now, the state will give us those protections they need, and it's because there were a lot of species there, fish, other snails, and lots of creatures. A group of groups, like all environmental groups locally, that's like where they meet, and so it's just he's been great leading the charge. And actually, I think with that group, ECVF was helpful in getting Volusia Forever. That presents somewhat here. So what we have for you today, Mr. Baker, is a plaque that says Courage and Leadership Award 2023 to John Baker for exceptional bravery in defending the people and environment of Volusia County, and all those other wonderful things for more than just a lifetime of work for helping us with our case and everything else. And it's on behalf of course, all of us, but we actually have a few different incorporated organizations, more than just a campaign of petitioners. The Sweetwater Coalition of Volusia County, Climate Reality Project, Daytona Beach Chapter, and Spruce Creek River Works, which was just officially incorporated in the last year or so. And we hope to have a river keeper. And John is hopefully going to be on our board to have, it's actually, we're an affiliate now, so we can't use that term. We're not river keepers yet, we're affiliate, but someday, very soon we'll have a nonprofit that really cares specifically about the quality of Spruce Creek, and John is one of our founding members of that. So, Mr. Baker, I appreciate your work and this video.
Thank you very much. People who've done a whole lot more for a whole lot longer than I have. Bryn Newton from ECVF, Beth Liebert from the Turtle Patrol, come to mind right offhand. There's a lot of people that we're standing on some very broad shoulders. Some of them aren't here today, like Dr. Walter Boardman, who had been previously the head of the Nature Conservancy. He came to Volusia County and started the Environmental Council to be an umbrella organization for the various groups. Bryn Newton has been with the group since the early 70s. We had Lee Bidgood, retired chemist from Dow Chemical, who was a real activist, and there's a lot of people. There's 34 names in that petition. I'm one of them, just one. 33 other people, but there's one name that's not in there that needs to be, even though he didn't help write that book, and that's Reed Hughes. The millionaire oil man, philanthropist, environmentalist.
Yes.
He worked for Spruce Creek for decades. He is the reason that the Doris Leeper project, the property he put the money down. And we hear all the bad stories. For example, we're still fighting to protect Spruce Creek more than 50 years after the Clean Water Act and 31 years after, maybe 32 years after it was declared an outstanding Florida waters. DOT didn't want to take out the causeway at Rose Bay, which is part of the OFW for Spruce Creek. It was on the Water Management District Board, and he said, DOT, if you want to take out if you want to take that bridge out and replace it, you're going to take out the causeway as long as I'm on the Water Management District Board. If you want to do what you want to do while I'm on the board, this is what you're going to do. Here's how the cow's going to eat the cabbage. And you go there today, and because of the actions of Port Orange cleaning up the stormwater, Port Orange bringing in central sewer, and the DOT taking out that causeway and putting in the new bridge, Dr. Cho is telling us about finding seagrass in what was previously a polluted water body.
That's great.
So there's some broad shoulders we're all standing on, but I'm so proud that Dr. Cho and Derek are doing what they're doing, because most of the people in EC, these younger people, carry the torch, and I'm so proud that you are. I really am. And there's one person I forgot that was an engineer for the Navy, a real rocket scientist in the literal sense. He wrote up in the early 80s an 8-point program for cleaning up the Halifax River. Number one was to get rid of the causeway at Rose Bay. And then he addressed a couple points with this sewage into the Halifax River. Of course, we didn't have tertiary treatment back then, so that was an early comment. Another one was to get the Outstanding Florida Waters designation. He had the vision to put together a program. Being a systems engineer, that's the sort of stuff they do. So we've got a lot of people behind us. We're standing on their shoulders. Dr. Cho and Derek, you're the future. And we really
Not
appreciate
that
that.